I can't believe that shit like that could have been released on the NES as late as 1992. December 1992. By then, Super Nintendo was out. Speaking of which, let's check out its 16-bit counterpart. Thankfully, it's not just a graphical enhancement of the same game. This one's entirely different. I wonder why they recreated the title sequence from the movie, but not used the music. Instead, it's the music from the final battle. That's like if you used the opening Star Wars title, but used different music. So if there's anything these games are missing right off the bat, it's the Terminator theme. Again, you're Kyle Reese, but instead of being in the sewers, you're in the battlefield, just like the flashback scenes in the movie. So we're definitely a step in the right direction. The gunfire is way better. This time you can actually shoot like normal, rather than going into that stupid crouching mode. You can even shoot on the ladders, which is kinda cool. But the only thing that sucks, you can't shoot straight up or toward the ground. There's no other perfect example than the Contra series. You can shoot in any fucking direction you want, and they're still challenging games. But here, you're stuck with all these enemies that you can only hit with grenades. Once you run out of grenades, you're fucked. If you're gonna make a game where you can't shoot the ground, don't have enemies that are on the fucking ground. The foreground graphics always get in the way. How is it fair when I can barely see the enemies? And what the fuck are these things anyway? Decepticon dildos? Look, I just hit my head and died. Surprisingly, this game is really hard. Now I can imagine what Kyle Reese and good old Johnny C had to go through. Just running out into a wasteland full of maniacal machines shooting bombs and lasers at you left and right. There's shit shooting from the sky, shit on the ground, there's shit everywhere. You'd get annihilated. Those movies are very unrealistic. There's no way they could have survived. But the time travel concept, that's okay. Look at the bullets, they have no pattern. It's like there's a second player controlling them. Before you have any time to react, Terminators pop out and shoot you. It's not easy to take it slow when your character can do nothing but run. My only strategy is to step and duck. But even then, half the time, I still get hit. I don't get hit that often, but apparently enough to die, and you actually get 5 lives. Once they're gone, you guessed it, no continues. But it doesn't matter because I can't even beat the first stage. It doesn't look that hard, but good lord, it just goes on and on and on. Even with 5 lives and health power-ups, I can't last any further. I got to this truck part, which is still part of the first stage, but this is even worse than the truck stage in the NES version. You can only shoot in 3 directions, which means you can't hit this thing when it goes between. And there's not a damn thing you can do to protect yourself. You can't move, you just keep taking hits from these exploding bowling balls. Finally, it goes away and you're back on foot. After such a long sprint, you think that thing was maybe the boss. But no, how naive. So you keep running this everlasting shitty marathon, shooting shit and getting shit shot at you. Eventually, you come to the boss, right? It's certainly big enough to be the boss, and it certainly took long enough to get this far. I'm gonna say it's the boss. Come on, die, die! Yeah, alright, that's it. What now? What? Are you fucking kidding me? Holy mother and fucking god shit, holy mackerel, gosh damn, how is it not over yet? How long could this first level possibly go? Unless maybe the whole game is like this. I just can't fucking believe it. So I died, like anybody would. Game over, first level goes on forever, can't beat it, end of story, the game's impossible.